Hello. Hi, guys. Look who I have. Oh, it's a Kiki. Oh, hi, everyone. It's our new Kiki. Okay, I'm putting back down. He just came out of hiding and now he's purring. So I'm going to get him all comfy, cozy. It's been quite the afternoon of cat hair all over me, so please bear with me. I've been dealing with new kitty cats. That was Charles. That was Mr. Charles. All right, so welcome to my channel. It's been a little bit of a crazy day. Okay, we haven't done an update on Lori Vallow in about a week since a judge lowered her bond from $5 million to $1 million. And I thought we could just take a minute to sort of catch up on what's been going on over the past week and outline some of the issues that we are seeing. So in a court hearing last week in Idaho, after she had been extradited from Hawaii, the judge agreed with the defense attorneys that her $5 million bond was actually really high for what her charges were by the state. Now, the state had argued that she was a flight risk because only a day after they performed a welfare check, she and her husband left and went to Hawaii. Now, they said that oh, he's not purring anymore. They said that she's not a flight risk because her passport is expired and because she has a house there and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, after some back and forth, they decided that they would lower it from $5 million to $1 million, which seemed like a lot of people following this feeling like she might get out. However, this is Idaho, and large bond amounts like $1 million are not super common there. In fact, the only other person, I guess, in that county that's had one that large was facing much more dramatic charges than her. So with that being said, it's not super common for the bonds companies. Oh, see, look, there he's going. He's going to go hide back underneath the couch. Oh, maybe he's not. Sorry. The other cat is terrified still. Okay. So apparently because of that, she's been having some trouble getting anyone to sign off on her. And East Idaho News, they talked to a couple different bonding agencies, and one called A++ said, told East Idaho News that it's not about the money. I told her I don't want to write the bond. I'd rather just have this go away if she would provide where the kids are located. If she could provide the assurance and proof of life, this goes away. But she has rights, including her right to bail. They said that she said, we've talked about a number of conditions, having someone from the company with her 24 hours a day, having her cooperate with police, things like that. We take this very seriously, and there's a lot of moving pieces involved in the entire thing. So apparently, because she hasn't been cooperating and there's still this outlying issue of where Tylee and JJ are, A++ located in that area doesn't want to touch it, and it's super high profile. And then another bond agency called Double Trouble Bail Bonds, they said if we posted her bond and she did not show up for court, our company would potentially lose $1 million if we did not find Lori and bring her back within 180 days. Since this case is so high profile, I wouldn't want to do it because I'd be afraid to lose potential clients down the road due to the negative publicity. So one of the things that had happened a few years ago is Casey Anthony had actually bonded out at one point in time, and that caused a ripple effect in bond companies because nobody wanted to, when that company did that, there was some issues where other companies didn't want to use them because they helped Casey Anthony out. And bond companies in Idaho don't want to be connected to this case in any way because it could negatively impact them. Like a future person down the line might say, I don't want to use you because you helped Lori and Lori got out and I don't want Lori out. But they also said that people are following her everywhere. Her passports are expired. She would have to have an ankle monitor, which if she tried to tamper with it, the sheriff deputies would be at her door before she could even get away. So I don't think that she would really have an ability to take off. But they said that they usually don't deal with people that are in the news with high profile cases. So the example that they gave is that in September 2008, Kingston's insurance company, the same one that owns A++ bonds, they posted bail for Casey Anthony. And then a month later, the Florida mother was indicted on what happened and other charges in connection to Kaylee. She booked into jail at that point without any bond. But they said even with hers, it was only $500,000. It was not $1 million. And most of these companies have never posted $1 million bond. So they went on to say that these issues are super complex. She said that it could be possible that they find a company that would be willing to work with her. But at this point in time, nobody in the immediate area wants to help her or be affiliated with this story. Can you really blame them? So then we have another update. So she has that going on. Today she actually had a preliminary hearing. And during the preliminary hearing, she requested that the judge be removed. But they didn't give a reason. Isn't that weird? They said, now comes defendant by through her attorney in record, attorney of record, blah, blah, blah. The moves that this magistrate judge, Edens, be disqualified for without cause pursuant to Idaho Criminal Code Rule 25 in the above entitled matter. So no real reason, just like that, and then they signed it. What? Like, why do you want this judge off the case? I don't get it. They reduced your bond. That judge is like probably your best friend at this point. And then they also asked for a continuance. So apparently they were supposed to have a preliminary hearing like next week sometime. And they said that they are, along with their defense attorneys, requesting that they move the hearings that were currently set for March 18th and 19th to some point in May on May 7th and 8th. And that was granted by the judge. So apparently they might need more time to get stuff together for the hearing, to present the evidence. Because at that point, I think that's where they want to figure out if this case can move forward or not. Blah, blah, blah. Then there is some evidence. There's some other stuff going on outside of that. So, you know, there's all these lingering cases that have been surrounding Lori and Chad over the past few years. And they're now, according to police, they said that the FBI now is looking into some sort of connection of Alex Cox, her brother, and Tammy Daybell. So there is some sort of belief that maybe Alex was involved in the untimely passing of Tammy, because what they say happened is this is according to Arizona Family. They say sources close to the missing Idaho children investigation, CBS News, that Alex Cox, Lori Vallow's brother, may be linked to her passing. He actually passed away before they could even do any questioning. And if you remember, it was in December when he suddenly is gone, right? They say that the day after they actually exhumed Tammy, Alex was gone. What are the chances? So they take out Tammy, and then all of a sudden, the person that they want to question suddenly is no longer available for questions. That's not suspicious at all. So, and it apparently he has Alex's untimely goneness is currently also under investigation. Alex actually has a long history of issues with the law. He actually had some run-ins with her former ex-husband, Joseph Ryan, and he had gotten into an altercation with him with a taser And then he was actually convicted in that case. And then Joseph actually was gone in December or in 2018. And now they're saying that FBI is looking into that. So her third husband, that is Tylee's father, they're now looking to see if Alex Cox was connected to that, as well as if Lori Vallow was connected to that. So we know that he is involved with Charles Vallow. They're saying he might be involved with Tammy Daybell, and they also think he may be involved with Joseph Ryan. So 3 different people, and then he's then no longer available as soon as Tammy's taken out of the ground. It's pretty crazy if you think about it. Then you have people talking about Chad Daybell. So they're still investigating the Alex Cox passing, the Joseph Ryan, and the Tammy Daybell. Apparently, because she was embalmed, it could take up to a year for results in that specific case. So that's why we haven't heard anything on her toxicology. And then people say that right before Tammy leaves this world, Chad actually starts doing like some really weird things. Like he increases his life insurance policy like a lot. He actually received $430,000 in life insurance after she was gone. And they say that the funds came after several policies were made where he made significant increases to them right before she was gone. And then after that happens, 5 days later, he marries Lori in Hawaii, and after the funeral. And everyone says that when they were at this, memorial for Tammy, everything was extremely odd. It felt very rushed and put together, and they found Chad's demeanor kind of off. So for Chad to refer to her as like the love of his life, and then 5 days later he's married to Lori, that had people like super concerned. So there's a lot going on here. Now, there's still absolutely no idea at this point in time where these kids are. And that's the crazy thing is that, so the FBI has requested people, if they have any photographs and anything of, Tylee's last whereabouts, which was in Yellowstone National Park. They actually can't search Yellowstone because it's like the snow is in parts like knee deep or higher. And they haven't plowed the streets or like the roads in the Yellowstone Park because it's the winter. Not only that, but it like Yellowstone National Park, I think it goes like through Idaho, Wyoming, and one other state. So it's in 3 separate states. So it's a very large park. So they, narrowing down where to even look is going to be challenging for them. So they are investigating Joseph Ryan, the passing of Joseph Ryan now. They believe that Alex Cox might be involved with Joseph Ryan and Tammy Daybell's passings, along with Charles Vallow. And then Alex Cox is gone, and Lori and Chad are the only ones that are around still. If you remember, Brandon Boudreaux, also Lori Daybell's niece's ex-husband, also claims that Alex Cox may or may not have tried to do a drive-by on him. So it appears that Lori might have allegedly been using her brother Alex as the person to do her dirty work, and then when the heat was turned up, something happened to him unexpectedly. I feel like there's too many coincidences in this case, and it still sort of like floors me that Chad is still out. Like, why haven't there been any charges related to Chad at this point? He's given false statements to the police. Maybe they just don't have enough. I don't know. And then yesterday, I guess in Salt Lake City, a bunch of the different agencies actually met to talk about all the different investigations, because the investigations actually overlap in Arizona, Utah, and in Idaho. So they have they have so many different jurisdictions that are investigating this. That might be part of the reason why it's taking so damn long. So they all met yesterday to sort of talk through how all the different investigations are going and see where they are at. But I cannot wait for something to happen where Chad is actually picked up, because I would guess anyone affiliated with him at this point in time would not feel safe being near him. But at least we can breathe easy to know that Lori will not be out anytime soon. It is kind of amazing though, if you think about it. There's been like 3 really high profile missing children's cases in the last few months. We have Gannon Stock out of Colorado, where they still haven't found him, but the stepmother has been arrested. And then we have Evelyn Boswell in Tennessee, and she was like, actually, they recovered her, and they still haven't made like a formal arrest in that case, but we still haven't found JJ and Tylee. So of the 3 cases, there's still one outstanding with a lot of stuff and a lot of different people and litter of stuff around it. I don't like this specific case. It makes me so... And then there's this whole impact of like what their belief system is and like how that might have played a role into it. The organization that Chad Daybell was like doing his podcasts on, they have been trying to distance themselves and basically are saying that like, we don't believe what he does. We're just peaceful people that are preparing for the end. But Lori Vallow, for her part, she was... let me find you the things, Lori. The divorce documents from when she was getting from Charles Vallow. Let me... So he apparently had like super big concerns because she had made threats to him. She had sent him emails. Like, she believed she was like a god, and she was going to save the 100 and some thousand people that are going to go to heaven. And her friends that spoke to Dateline said it was like she didn't even care about life or end, because she felt like the end was coming. And she believes the end of the world is going to happen in July of 2020. So just like any of these organizations, when they think something's about to end, just know that it never happens. So this is where we're at for today. Let me know if you have any leads or any more details, and I will keep you abreast. I'll try to do updates about once a week on the story unless there's any major developments. So that's why I kind of put everything together in this one stream. All right, you guys, I'll be back in a little while with more. Bye.